The government of Russia exercises executive power in the Russian Federation. The members of the government are the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Ministers, and the Federal Ministers. It has its legal basis in the Constitution of the Russian Federation and the Federal Constitutional Law on the Government of the Russian Federation. The apparatus of the Government of Russia is a governmental body which administrates the activities of the government according to the 1991 amendment to the 1978 Russian Constitution. The President of Russia was the head of the executive branch and headed the Council of Ministers of Russia. According to the current 1993 Constitution of Russia, the President is not a part of the government of Russia, which exercises executive power, but the President does appoint the Prime Minister. The Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Russia says that the government of the Russian Federation consists of the chairman of the government of the Russian Federation, deputy chairman of the government of the Russian Federation, and federal ministries. The large body was preceded by government of the Soviet Union. Since the Russian Federation emerged from 1991 to 1992, the government structure has undergone several major changes. In the initial years, a large number of government bodies, primarily the different ministries, underwent massive reorganization as the old Soviet governing networks were adapted to the new state. Many reshuffles and renamings occurred. On the 28th of November 1991, President of the RSFSR Boris Yeltsin signed Presidential Decree No. 242 on the reorganization of the government bodies of the RSFSR. Yeltsin officially declared the end of the Soviet Union and became the president of the Russian Federation. Yeltsin was a reformer and promised Western-style democracy. In 1993, the new Russian constitution was adopted. The new constitution gained legitimacy through its bicameral legislature, an independent judiciary, the position of the president and the prime minister, and democratic features. These democratic features included competitive multi-party elections, separation of powers, federalism, and protection of civil liberties. In 1999, Yeltsin appointed Vladimir Putin as the prime minister. Later in that year, Yeltsin resigned from the presidency and Putin took over. In 2000, Putin won the presidential election. The most recent change took place on the 21st of January 2020, when President Vladimir Putin signed a presidential decree on forming Mikhail Mishustin's cabinet. The government is the subject of the 6th chapter of the Constitution of the Russian Federation. According to the Constitution, the government of the Russian Federation must. The government issues its acts in the way of decisions and orders. These must not contradict the Constitution, federal constitutional laws, federal laws, and presidential decrees, and are signed by the Prime Minister. The government also assists the Prime Minister in faithfully carrying out the country's domestic and foreign policy as determined by the President. In general,